from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
More good news for the Henrico economy and why you really might want to start picking up those free meals from your child's school. We'll have details about those stories and more in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Friday, September 18th, 2020, and it's brought to you today by Henrico Area Mental Health.
And now for the news.
Well, more good economic news for Henrico County as the number of first-time unemployment claims in the county remained relatively stable for the fourth consecutive week, according to data released yesterday by the Virginia Employment Commission. A total of just 263 people filed initial claims during the week of September 6th to 12th. That's up from 257 the previous week. New filings in the county have fluctuated between 239 and 274 during the past four reporting weeks. In even better news, only 7,871 people filed continuing claims during the most recent week. That's out of a total of nearly 40,000 who have filed first-time claims at some point during the pandemic. The number of continuing claims in the county has fallen for four straight weeks from nearly 10,500 a month ago down to its current number, which is the lowest that it's been since the week ending April 4th. Overall, Henrico is eighth in the number of first-time claims filed since the pandemic statewide, trailing Chesterfield by 112. And Henrico is now seventh in continuing claims statewide. The Henrico County Public Schools system distributed nearly 41,000 free meals during the first week of school last week. That's according to data provided to the Citizen at our request. Ratcliffe Elementary served 840 breakfasts and 801 lunches during the first week. That's the most in both cases of any school that is not one of 8 distribution hubs. Those are sites that also prepare and distribute food by bus to several different school zones. On the other end of the spectrum, Newbridge Academy in eastern Henrico served just 14 breakfasts and 13 lunches during the week. That was the fewest among any school site. Because of the pandemic, all meals are free through the end of this calendar year to anyone 18 years old or younger, whether or not they are enrolled in Henrico Public Schools. The school system is being reimbursed with federal USDA funds for all meals it distributes to those children and teens. It is not, however, reimbursed for meals that are not distributed or for items that are discarded or meals for adults or staff members, nor is it reimbursed for the labor required to prepare the meals. You can pick up meals at the curbside at every Henrico school twice a day between 7 and 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and again between 11:30 and 1:30 on those same 4 days. Parents, guardians, or any other family member can pick up meals at the site, whether their children are enrolled at that particular school or not. You don't have to provide any identification, and students do not need to be present. The school system is distributing meals as well once a day, Monday through Thursday by bus, making 30-minute stops within each school zone, 61 stops in total. Thursday meal distributions at schools and bus stop sites include meals for Thursday and Friday. School system officials are urging residents to take advantage of the food, which they are trying to emphasize is available for everyone and not just those who need it the most. Henrico School spokesman Andy Jenks told the Citizen, quote, "If there are folks out there who think that by participating that they would be depriving a family of a meal, they're not. This is a service for all students everywhere. It's for everyone," end quote. You can read much more about this topic on henricocitizen.com by clicking on Education. Henrico County Public Schools was one of 15 school divisions in Virginia yesterday recognized by the State Board of Education as school divisions of innovation for designing and implementing alternatives to traditional instructional practices and school structures that improve student learning and promote college and career readiness as well as good citizenship. The divisions are the first to earn the designation, which was authorized by the 2017 Virginia General Assembly. Henrico was honored for its use of real-time data and formative feedback to inform learning, as well as its implementation of a plan for students to share learning through a pre-K to 12th grade portfolio. Well, it wasn't the best day for a West End restaurant recently when Virginia Department of Health inspectors found multiple dead roaches in the food preparation area. We've got a rundown on that and many other restaurant inspection reports from the most recent week available. You can visit henricocitizen.com and click on Dining to read them. The Virginia Senate had a busy day on Wednesday when senators met to consider high-profile legislation that would have direct social justice and COVID-19 pandemic effects as the crossover point of the special session nears. Senator Jennifer Boysko of Fairfax was able to see her much-debated earned credit bill pass. It would allow those who are incarcerated the chance to earn a decrease in their sentence with good behavior. The Senate also passed another bill from Boysko that would reclassify the Farmville ICE Detention Center as a local correctional facility, and that would allow local officials to complete an inspection of the facility. The Senate Judiciary Committee killed a House bill that would have required police officers to report misconduct they witnessed from other officers. And the Senate also passed a criminal justice reform bill that would provide the option for geriatric and terminally ill prisoners to petition the parole board for early release. Also Wednesday, the Senate Committee on Labor and Commerce voted nearly unanimously to kill a paid quarantine leave bill. The bill had passed the full House of Delegates, but there was little optimism among its supporters that it would pass the Senate, which had already killed a similar version of the bill earlier this special session. The bill would have applied only to people with COVID-19. It would have had a sunset period and an exemption for small businesses, as well as an exemption for certain workers to minimize the fiscal impact to the state. Now, Senate and House committees are hearing bills from the other chamber this week. The same bill must be passed by both chambers in order for the legislation to reach the desk of Governor Ralph Northam. Henrico County recently received almost $105,000 for use by its hazardous materials team. The money was part of more than $10 million in Homeland Security grant awards given to the state of Virginia and then dispersed by the Virginia Department of Emergency Management to various localities and private entities. Other recipients from Henrico County were the Beth Shalom Home of Virginia, which received more than $72,000 for a security grant. Congregation Oratee received more than $18,000. Jewish Family Services got $15,000, and the Jewish Community Center of Richmond received $100,000.
Every 12 minutes, a Virginian dies from an opioid overdose.
Every 12 minutes.
Opioid overdoses are on the increase in Henrico. Yes, the opioid epidemic is still impacting residents in Henrico.
But you can help.
To find out what you can do, go to bouncebackhc.com.
That's bouncebackhc.com. Knowledge is power, including learning about naloxone. That's naloxone, which can temporarily reverse the toxic effects of an opioid or heroin overdose.
Get informed, get help, save a life.
Go to bouncebackhc.com. That's bouncebackhc.com.
To equip yourself with the knowledge to help our residents and the community of Henrico County against the opioid epidemic.
Knowing what to do will allow you to be prepared to save a life. Go to bouncebackhc.com today.
That's bouncebackhc.com or call 804-727-8515.
That's 804-727-8515. Directly for substance abuse services.
This message is sponsored by Henrico Area CSB Prevention Services.